Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shlitva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is giving advice to the householders. A musician has come. Kedar has arranged a festival and he is telling something to the musician that the manifestation of God's power works in a musician when he sings. There is a special manifestation of God's power in man who has the outstanding gift, any kind of gift. Here he is telling, such as a proficiency in music. Musician, sir, what is the way to realize God? See how the question is coming, you see. He is after all a paid musician who has come there with an intention of earning some money. He is a good musician who could sing well. If a person can sing well, nicely, there is some kind of sattva in him, sattvikata. That sattva becomes active when he is there in presence of a holy man who has the kindness, compassion, love for beings, and one intention of welfare of this world. It is a complete sainthood is manifested here, an incarnation of God. In presence of the incarnation of God, he is talking. So imagine what would be, how does that an ordinary musician is asking that question? How can a man realize God? He has come for some other purpose. He has spent his life in some other way. Little sattva that he has acquired, the calmness of mind, the purity of life, the perfection in the activities he is doing, and some amount of honesty in his life. He is asking this question. Sir, what is the way to realize God? Master, bhakti is one essential thing for all, including the Advaitic path who are following Jnana Marga also. There is an element which is heart, and that heart which loves, which weeps for God, which weeps for realization, which intensely seeks, even a Advaitic path, wherein the bhakti is, we think, has been eliminated and Jnana Marga alone is there. He is longing for something. His heart is weeping for something. That heart is, the emotions are there. He is aspiring for realization. That aspiration itself is a part of the heart, the love. He is loving God, seeking God. All this is, it exists in the self. Atman is a manifestation of Atman. It is not buddhi. It is not Buddhi is also belongs to nature. Body, mind, senses, everything belongs to nature, including buddhi. But this longing is manifestation of the Atman. Love of God is manifestation of God. All the feelings that rouse, it may take any form in the external world according to situations of life. It is manifestation of the inner self. So, bhakti is one essential thing. To be sure, God exists in all beings. God does exist in all beings. Otherwise, a thing cannot exist without the presence of God. Even matter, if God is not pervading it, there is no existence. God is existence. Matter is just a form and name form. And there may be movement also, or there may not be movement. But it exists, its existence itself is God. Apart from the matter exists, existence is there. This book is there. So is a part of God. Book is a part of nature. So existence. To be sure, God exists in all beings, because of which beings are existing. Who then is a devotee? Devotion is speaking of bhakti and asking, who is a devotee? He whose mind dwells on God. Very clear. Once when I was in Kamarpukur, a devotee who used to work very hard for the welfare of people, used to retire from all things a week in a month. 3 weeks from sunrise to sunset and beyond is to work for the welfare of world in his own profession. And the 1 week he will spend exclusively in one of the ashramas or mutt. Silently, no mobile, phone, no connection with the external. He will not tell his own people also where is he going, where he is. No external, only God and himself. He asked a question to one of the Swamis, and he asked, who is a devotee? How do I know I am a devotee of God? He said, devotee is one whose mind, whose antaranga, the inner being, rests at the feet of God. And he is doing all his duties of life as an offering to God. 2 important things he is telling. One is, God is in his antaranga, his mind. How is his mind? Mind, his antaranga is at the feet of God. God, where is that God? God is within him. He is resting at the God's feet. His inner being is there. His external being is attending to all duties of life as an offering to him. His own being, the inner being is there, outer being is working in the world as his servant, looking upon the world as his lords. What a beautiful thing you see. Another thing we have to remember is, how do I know my work and sadhana is going on nicely? Usually this question comes. Am I doing rightly? Am I doing sufficiently? So the answer is, when you are working in the world, you should not forget God. And when you are sitting for spiritual practices, the world should not interfere in your mind. Then your clock is going on perfectly. Everything is going on perfectly. That is, you should not forget God in the world. World should not come when you are doing spiritual practices and immersed in God. So, these two important things. Who is a holy man? Whose mind, that is inner being, is at the feet of God. He is telling to the musician, whose mind dwells in God. What does Sri Ramakrishna mean by this? Keep the mind on at the feet of God. You will be a devotee. To be sure, God exists in all beings. Who then is the devotee? He is whose mind God dwells in all. Does he dwell at the feet of God? But this is not possible as long as one has egotism and vanity. If there is egotism, I am doing, I am enjoying, this belongs to me, I, mine, and for me. These are to be dissolved. I, mine, and for me. Be pure, be simple, be contented always within yourself. So, your vanity, that is a display of I have this, now I have intellect, I am intelligent. To display my intelligence is different. To utilize that intelligence to go towards God is different. How shall I be humble? How shall I be sacrificing? How shall I be able to serve others? How shall I make my life purposeful? How shall I make my life meaningful? Where will I get ultimate fulfillment in life? What is this word? Every moment is going of my life. These things, when I utilize, it is utilizing the intellect. And I want to show I am intelligent to the world. It is vanity. It is not only misused, but display of it. I have fine mind. You need not display it. Displaying is different. I have a fine body. Displaying is different from utilizing. God has given me a fine body. I am offering it to God for keeping it in His service. It is doing constantly japa, dhyana, puja, bringing so many things from here, there. This utilizing and a display. I am misusing. So this display, vanity should not be there. And egotism, I am the doer, I will do this, I will do that, I want this, all this. But it is not possible to dwell at the feet of God, to remain at the feet of God is not possible, and do all our duties of life with complete dedication, with full diligence. I am doing all things, not disinterestedly also, interestedly, as if a greedy man is doing. I am doing all things, but as an offering to the divine. This becomes possible only when we see that I have become humble, egotism has gone away, vanity has gone away. I know how to utilize the resources in me, the contents in me, what all God has given me, whether it is wealth or inner things or whatever I possess, I am offering it to the divine. I am utilizing for evolving. I am utilizing it for the welfare of the all. So then we see it takes a different shape. It is able to constantly be at the feet of God. What the water of God's grace cannot collect on the high mound of egotism. Where you will see it's heavily raining, a stone block is there, or top of the hill, so much of water falls, it flows away. It doesn't stand there. There is no vessel to contain it. But when it is below, or when there is a hollow place, it gets collected. It runs down. I am a mere machine. When the awareness comes, I am only a machine. You are the operator. I am house. You are the indweller. So I give up this I and make God to be present there. I am only instrument in the hand of God. It is not the words that flow away from the mouth, but it is what you feel and express. When a thing comes, I am an instrument of the God's hand, or in the hands of God. When I say I am an instrument, it must come from the depths of your heart, experiencing it. You must be always experienced. He is operator. I am only a machine. He is operating. He is making me eat. He is making me trying to see divine will in everything and waiting for the divine will to act. To Kedar and other devotees, God can be realized through all paths. All religions are true. The important thing is to reach the roof. You can reach it by stone stairs, or by wooden stairs, or by bamboo steps, or a rope. You can also climb up by a bamboo pole. Where he is coming, you see. He has answered the question in full detail. How can we realize God? Just cultivate love of God, bhakti. And what is bhakti? To give your inner being to God and make the outer being to work in this world as His instrument and offering all things to at the feet of God. He is clear and complete to the musician, and again he is coming here to the others. See, to musician, the two important things he says is cultivation of bhakti. And what is it, bhakti? Inner being given to God, outer being working in the world as an instrument. He is making it clear. And egolessness, vanity and ego, become egoless, become humble, destruction of ego, dissolving the ego in God. And he's coming to other people around. Means the path is set for a jiva already. In that path, God now the musician, he has met but once. I don't think he'll be able to meet again in this life. He may come to the Lord's feet in the next life, but he has come to it, and Thakur, within a few words, has placed him in his track. Now he will start moving in that track. And when Thakur says something, it comes from the transcendental realm. Suppose a Pandit is telling something, a man of lot of studies, is authority in scriptures, but doesn't have realization, then it is coming from his intelligence, mind, his memories, his analysis, from his external being it is coming. It is appearing from nature and is going to dissolve in nature. But when Sri Ramakrishna says, when any saint speaks, any prophet speaks, it is coming from the transcendental realm and entering the jiva to the extent it has already transformed the jiva. And this is the difference. When Sri Ramakrishna tells something to a person, he has already placed him on the track. It has started moving already. The musician has his realization is reserved. He is going to reach that path. So he's completely has finished his part. And now whatever is necessary, the fuel to go, the unending fuel, till he reaches. There is nothing more that he needs. So he is telling Kedar and other devotees, God can be realized through all paths. Here, a different thing. See, these are all educated people who are in a dilemma, and so many institutions are coming up to improve or change Hinduism. Some are trying to eliminate the idol worship. Some people are insisting on the Advaitic concept of jnana. So these things, whether this path is Shaivism is going to take me or Vishnu, which is true, God is Vishnu or God is Shakti. These internal problems. Does the other religion, Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrian, all these varieties of Sikhism, all these so many paths, so many religions, which is correct? Because they have different understanding of God, they have different rules and regulations to follow. Which is going to take me to what is right? They are following their own path, but looking at each other and is he correct or not? Because of the intelligence, Sri Ramakrishna is clearing not only to them, but for all, the entire world. One of the important things Avatara does is to clear all the dirt each path has acquired and set the path again to the active state. He has put validity on all paths, having remained in that path, working in that path, attaining that end, being the inner person, being an indweller, like to be a part of a religion, to be a faithful follower is different. Inner person is different from outer person. A person is looking at another religion, trying to analyze it as an external person, is different from being an internal person. As a faithful follower, Sri Ramakrishna has followed being an inner person and followed it to the end and found all are reaching the same end. So here we see him certifying it is for the entire world, for all times to come. God can be realized through all paths. All religions are true, is putting the validity mark. Yes, this is valid. This is true. With what authority? Having gone through. Now many people say all religions are true. They don't even know what is that religion is, what path they follow, what mantras they use. Do they use the mantras or not? Is there japa or meditation? Nothing is known. They say all religions. They've heard and telling Sri Ramakrishna is not there. Not like that. He has passed through, and before him, nobody has told all religions are true, all paths are true. I have seen, I have gone through all that, and I am telling out of my own experience. This is the difference. All religions are true. The important thing is to reach the root, the culmination. When you reach the ultimate through any religion, when you reach the peak, when you reach the summit, you will see other paths are coming to the same place. Like a hilltop you have gone from different paths, in different ways they are climbing to the, you'll be able to see. You are in one side of the hill looking at your own path, and somebody is supposed to be climbing from somewhere. You are not a part of it. Now when you go to the pinnacle and see around, you see somebody is climbing from that path, somebody is climbing, somebody is coming by ropeway, somebody is coming on foot holding a stick, somebody is coming with regular steps somebody has built and kept. So all are reaching the same summit. Sri Ramakrishna is seeing that and telling the important thing is to reach that pinnacle. How you are going, it depends upon where you are. You can't reach another path. By the time you travel, the life will go away. So wherever you are, whatever is available to you, and which is the path of least resistance, in which you are born, in which you are grown up, take that path and finish off the task. Be free. The important thing is to reach roof. You can reach it by stone stairs or wooden stairs or bamboo steps or by a rope. You can also climb up by a bamboo pole. You may say that there are many errors and superstitions in another religion. Each religion, see, there is human nature. One is to assert my path. Another is to make my path firm by belittling the other path. Oh, see, in them there is defect. Here the defect is not there. So this difference in nature, oh, in that religion, that path, these are the defects. Show the defects and assert your path. So this is a common nature of man. I am right to say he has a right, but to make my validity, present my credential, I am belittling other, saying to defect. Then he will be seeing defects in me, which it is not visible to me. So here is Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you may say that there are many errors and superstitions in another religion. I should reply, suppose there are, every religion has errors. Everyone thinks that his watch alone is correct, gives correct time. It is enough, we have earning for God. This is what we need in our life now, to earnestly seek the divine and reach the goal. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.